Hey, hey, hey. I know that this is going to be a kind of a surprise that I went live for some people. I've been trying to figure out how I could set this up. I'm coming live from the new kitchen. Hi, Teresa. I am so sorry that I've got the camera in this position. I tried to put my phone this way, but I can't find anything else to prop my phone up on in my house, so I'm gonna apologize. The camera's this way. Anyhow, so I am not going to be on for long because Karma from Lewis Acre Farm is going to be going live in 25 minutes. So I don't want to overstep her in any way, shape, or form. But I am doing some winter seed sowing. It is a blustery, hang on, Alexa, what's the temperature outside? It's 12 degrees Fahrenheit where I'm at, and it is freezing, but I am getting excited about gardening, and I have been asked to share how I winter seed sow. And so I thought maybe I would bring you guys along with me. It's really quite simple. I don't know, like, if Teresa, have you ever winter seed sown before? Um, I prefer this method because, quite frankly, this girl has too much to do to keep track of seeds. I don't mind seed starting. I do it every year. I start my garden that way. But this is really, once you set it up, it's pretty much a hands-off thing. And you want to start things like your cold crops and your perennials. If you're doing flowers, which I am going to do some flowers today. And it's really, really simple. I forgot to grab something. Let me scooch over off the camera. Sorry. You get to see my lovely refrigerator. Here, I could give a quick sneak peek, Miss Teresa. This is the first time I'm coming live from the kitchen that has been completely renovated. So we are officially done with it. And let me say that it doesn't feel like a dungeon anymore. It feels open, it feels airy, it feels light. On this side of the refrigerator is my pantry. Hey, Christy, welcome. I haven't had a pantry in my kitchen since we lived at our other house in 2012. Yeah. So, and that pantry was kind of small, but once we moved into this house, I gave up a pantry, and it's been wherever we can stuff our food at around the house. And let me tell you, that's a long time to live your life like that. And whoever designed the kitchen, they put the dishwasher on this side of the stove. So in order to open my stove, I had to open my dishwasher. Or to open the dishwasher, I had to open the stove because they were literally like this. And so when we renovated this kitchen, the first thing that I said I want when I went in and designed it with the IKEA people was that I wanted to put my dishwasher on the right-hand side so I don't have to open up my stove to get into my dishwasher or vice versa, because I'm just saying that was insane. So anyhow, I know I've talked a lot about the kitchen. This isn't a tour, but I mean, I am coming live from it, so pretty cool, right? But okay, so back to the topic for the day. I am winter seed sowing, and we have been collecting our milk jugs, water jugs, and then if they're milk jugs, I just wash them out real quick. And so that's what we're going to use. It's super simple. I went to Lowe's and I purchased some soil, just potting mix. It was on clearance. Maybe I need to turn the camera that way because you can see things better. It was 50% off because the bag was it was busted open. Let's see here. Christy says, I had a kitchen where the stove and the dishwasher got in the way. Isn't that the worst? Like, who thinks that through? Seriously. I mean, I'm gonna take my rings off and take my watch off because I'm gonna play in dirt. But who designs a kitchen that way? I mean, it must have been a guy that's never cooked in their life, and maybe somebody who has never, like, doesn't know how to run a kitchen. But I hadn't until I moved into this house. And let me say, it was super dark. I have no lights on right now. That's how bright it is in here. It felt like a dungeon. I mean, it was super dark. The cabinets were dark. They didn't go all the way to the ceiling. I had a gap above it, and I lost a lot of storage. And really, this kitchen isn't very big. It's kind of on the smaller side of things, which is fine for my husband and I. It makes a tight fit when the kids come home, but yeah, it's really nice. So I just finished decorating it today. For the most part, I think I'm gonna at some point, maybe this spring, add in a plate rack over on one of these other cabinets over here on the other side, so I can put up my cutting boards and maybe have some children's books, so that way when the littles come over they can sit down and maybe read a book or whatever, and so it's at their level. But anyhow, okay, I'm playing in the dirt over here. This is awful. So it doesn't matter, right? Because we're going to get dirty. All right, so I have my milk jug and I've been saving them. Now, we're going to leave the cap on just for this process. And I like to make sure it's tight. And the only reason why I keep the cap on is because I'm going to take a box cutter. And Scott from Rambling with the Brums isn't here. So if you see Scott, please tell him safety first. We need to keep him away from knives. Love you, big bro. Anyhow, okay, so you want to keep the cap on because you're going to poke holes in here, and it helps with the resistance of cutting these holes. So I'm just going to cut, just take and put 4 holes in each of the bottom, and you can't see them, but they're there. And you want to make sure you have drainage, and then see safety first, Scott. You can use knives safely. Anyhow, so we're going to take this cap, and I'm just going to chuck it over here for now, but I'll throw it in the garbage. Oh, wait, back to the knife because I was just so caught up on him. Oh, Rebecca's here. Hey, Chica. I wore your hat today again. It's a balming 12 degrees outside, according to my A device. How are you? Are you staying warm? Let's see here. Me and knives don't get along either. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, then I need to send you some Band-Aids or something, because we don't want anybody getting hurt. So if you're scared to use a box cutter or a knife, get somebody else to do it. Safety first, please. But I'm just going to cut this milk jug. I'll show you in just a second how I cut it because I know that I got it down, but let's see, just a little bit further. And I'm not cutting it straight. See, that's my issue. I don't cut things straight. All right, there we go. All right, so what I have done is I've cut the milk jug in half. Now, my starting point was near the handle, and the stopping point was near the handle. And the reason is that I can bend that back, but it's still connected. My temperature says it's 4 degrees. Ugh, girl, you better be rocking your beautiful hats and scarves right now, because that's cold. I think we're supposed to go down to like -1 tonight. I'm a little concerned. I don't ever really worry about my chickens in the cold, but I'm gonna make sure that there's no draft through there. You want a dry, draft-free coop. Sir Grace went out there and checked on the ladies, and their water was frozen, and we have a heated waterer for them. So yeah, these temperatures are ridiculous, and I'm so over it. Okay, so back to this. So I've taken my potting mix that I got from Lowe's for 50% off. So go to Lowe's, look for those RIP bags, and if your Lowe's offers a discount, or if you don't know, ask, because if they're a RIP bag, they give 50% off at mine. So that's what I got, and I got it just before Christmas, but you can buy it now. I had to ask my husband to get the dirt. We have a container in the backyard, and I asked him, I said, could you put that in the garage so it could de-thaw? I mean, that's how cold it's been, and I'm sitting here feeling it, and there's still chunks of like frozen soil in here. So anyhow, but what I have done is I've moistened it. You basically, I don't know how well it's going to show up, but you want to be able to squeeze your soil and it holds shape, kind of like a kind of like brownie batter, sort of, kind of. So anyhow, so I'm just going to get it all down in here. And let's see here. I'm going to try to wipe off. Maybe I need a paper towel. Let me grab one of these just so that way I can, I mean, I don't mind getting dirty, but when you do things on live, it's kind of hard because you have to touch everything. And yeah, so we're just going to set that here. And don't worry, I'm working in my kitchen, but I have this little plastic setup thing, and it has buttons on the side, so it contains all the dirt. So all of my mess will stay right here and it won't get all over my kitchen. Let's see here. Yikes, Rebecca. It's supposed to be 9 degrees tonight. I pray I don't have to go out and change the propane. Ooh, tank. Ooh, girl, that's already sounding bad. I had to go out at 1 a.m. with 15 degrees a couple of nights ago. Oh, girl, I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to do that either. All right, so I have some seeds picked out. I picked out some lettuce. And now these are going to go into one container. These seeds are old, so do as I say and not as I do. But anyhow, normally you don't want to put more than one package of seeds in a container ever, but these are a couple of years old, so I'm going to put 2 in there just so I know I get the germination rate that I want. But this is English lavender, and I love to grow this for my home. I love the smell of lavender, but I also like to put it in my nesting box herbs for my chickens, so I spoil them. And then I have some Shasta daisies, and they are a perennial, so I'm going to add some of that. And then I have some more lettuce. This is the Merlot lettuce. I have some cilantro. And I can't grow enough of this. Virginia, hey girl, welcome in. Welcome in. I can't get enough cilantro. I have a ton of packages of this, and I grow every bit of it, and then I freeze dry it. And let me tell you, I had some of that today that I freeze dried. I took like a handful and crushed it up, and then I mixed in with my sour cream, and I put it on top of my fajitas. Ooh, it took the sour cream to the next level. And then I'm going to start some broccoli seeds. And as you can see, it's an open packet, but hey. And then I love chives. I have 2 containers outside already that are pretty big. And chives are perennial for me. They come back every year. But I would like to have some more. So I'm going to grow some of that. And then these cute little sweet violas. They are the Johnny Jump Up Helen Mount viola, and these are a couple years old, so I need to get them going. They're a perennial. So I also have some tags. I recommend finding a way, whatever you've got, plastic wise, or some, like, I've taken spoons, plastic spoons, and have put the names of the item on the inside of the container. And I'm going to tell you that is a tip that I highly recommend, because sometimes when these sit outside, the words will come off, and it's so frustrating. So I've already got the tags. Let me see. I'm looking for, there they are, the Johnny Jump Up flowers. These are the tags that I bought on Amazon 5 years ago, maybe, and I love them. Okay, I think I'll have these for the rest of my life, because quite frankly, the box is like this big, but I think there was like 1,000 of them. But anyhow, I like them because they're okay. Of course, I've written on them, but check this out. So I have fencing, and so I can like attach that to a fence, and I can see what I planted, the variety, and it'll just hang right there. So I'm going to go ahead and reuse these for this project, but honestly, you can use anything. And I have duct tape too, and I'll be writing the names on the duct tape. But like I said, it wears off. Even with the garden markers, which are not supposed to wear off, they do with this project. So my tip is find a way of putting what it is on the inside. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take it like this. I'm going to set it down in the container. I think you can see it. It's in there. And then literally, let me just see how I'm supposed to do this. For early bloom, start indoors, cover with 1/8 of an inch of soil. Thin when plants are a few inches tall. I'll thin it when I crack them open when it's a little bit warmer in the spring. So literally all I do, oh man, my hands are nice and dirty. This is what I like. This is why I don't get a manicure ever, folks. I love playing in the dirt. My fingers typically look like this. I am a garden girl to the core. All right, so all I'm gonna do is just spread them all down in here. I know that these are so tiny, you can't see them, so you're just gonna have to trust me. I'm gonna put the whole packet in there because I'm not sure on the germination rate. They're still good seeds, they're still viable, but I don't know what the germination rate is at this point. And then it said to cover it with 1/8 of an inch. And so I'm just gonna cover it up just 1/8 of an inch, just sprinkle just a tiny bit on top. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. Then I'm watching my time because Miss Karma's gonna go live in 10 minutes and I certainly don't want to overstep her. Okay, so then all you do is you take your container. Let's see, let me flip it down just a little bit. Hopefully that's better. You guys can see it. Okay, so I basically got it set back in the same position, but you have to duct tape it, okay? So I'm just gonna get a big piece of tape, and this is where I mess up. James, you're here. Hey, James, welcome in, welcome in. I'm so glad to see you. I hope you've had a great day. Welcome to my new kitchen. In case you were wondering, this is actually the new kitchen that's been finished. So, okay, so all I'm gonna do is just tape this up ever so carefully all the way around. And I promise you, this is where I look like a crazy fool because I can't tape worth a darn. Actually, I can't cut it worth right. It goes all over the place. But anyhow, let's see here. Make sure it's all tacked. And that was I am going to write it here. Shasta Daisy. Shasta Daisy. Oops, S-Y. And then I'll write it here. And keep in mind the water has already been put in the soil. If you didn't do it, you want to water it before you close it up. And then leave the lid off. That's important. And these will go outside here in a minute in the snow and the freezing weather. And I'll just carry them out like that. And I'll check on them maybe every couple of weeks, maybe, just to make sure that they've got a little bit of water, like that it's moist, because you just take a look down in there and you can tell. If not, I'll just add a little bit of water, just a little water to help it out. That's the only thing. They will germinate and they will start growing as the season, it's appropriate for the season. And I have to say I have a really good success rate. I've been doing this since I was trying to remember if it was in 2019 or 2020 when I started doing this. I can't remember. So it's one of those 2 years. It's been a while. And every year I literally save all of our jugs. And this is how I like to do things, especially with cold crops and with perennials. I'll start summer maybe in March and do the same method, but I won't start those till March timeframe. So that'll give me some more time to save some more milk jugs. But I do start seeds in the house as well. But this is my favorite way, because then it's fun, because when you take the duct tape off and you've got your plants all ready to rock and roll, put them out in the garden, they've woken up. It's just a lot of fun. It's a great economical way of growing flowers or fruits and vegetables. And let me say, it saved me a lot of money, and I hope maybe you guys will give it a shot. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section. I see that we've got 6 minutes before Karma goes live. So I'll be working on the rest of these while she's live. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more containers to go for today. And then I'll just kind of do these in batch. And they just literally, I line them up outside. And yeah, just kind of keep an eye on them. But hey, okay, so James, you came in late. You probably would like the tour. So here is the kitchen that is done. We are so excited to be finished. Let me see here. And then we have a mirror there, and then we have a drink cabinet. I think it was Jesse that was talking about this. This was kind of a bonusy thing. I have my coffee pot in here and teas all up there. And then we have a little drink fridge. Right now it's filled with proteins, but my kids come over and they they get a drink out of there, whatever they want. Oh, there's my mother. I didn't tell you I was going live. Sorry, Mom. This is just kind of a quick, but yeah, the kitchen's done. These pictures came from my mom that are right there. They came from the Goodwill. So I got those up. And yeah, so we are doing so good. It's nice to be done with the kitchen project. I made a promise to Sir Grace I won't bug him. No, I won't be starting over. You'll have to hit the rewind. But I will be uh, I will be starting in on my laundry room, and the cabinets are just like these. And so I don't have any storage for my laundry soaps. They just kind of sit all over my washer and dryer. So I'm going to be adding cabinets because that laundry room has never had it, doesn't have cabinets, never had it. And so we're going to be adding, but that's going to be a Glenda project, not a Sir Grace project. But anyhow, oh, I'm so glad you guys are saying hi. Thank you so much for the compliments. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I can honestly say that I built every single cabinet and every single drawer, and my mom will call me out if I am lying. She will call me out, but I built every single thing that you see in this kitchen. So yeah, and then we hired someone to help us out with the things that we didn't quite know how to do. Yeah, I am pretty handy. I am excited to get the laundry room going. It's not a very big place, but I think I know how to add storage to it to make it a little bit more efficient. And yeah, so anyhow, but okay, we've got 3 minutes left. I want each and every single one of you to head on over to Lewis Acre Farm with Karma. She is doing Taco Tuesday. I think it's Taco About It. I love her phrase, but I butcher it and I apologize profusely. But if you guys can put little fires in there and say Grace and Fire sent us over, I would appreciate it. I want each and every one of you guys have time to go to the restroom, get a drink. But most importantly, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have any questions, let me know. Anyhow, we'll see y'all next time. I'll be live on Saturday at 4:45 Eastern Standard Time for a lazy Saturday night chat. So anyhow, y'all have a great day. We'll see you guys later. Bye.